Intro! Alright.
Introductions are important for setting first expectations of what we will be doing in the future.
That's right. Do the business handshake. Always do the business handshake. Always. What's the business handshake? It's none of your business. Hi, chat.
Welcome back to the city run by Citizen Brown.
With the soy dogs.
See, I find it funny that when people try to critique, like, all vegetarian diets, like, they're like, oh, you're just eating soy and tofu and all this kind of crap all the time. And it's like, yeah, if you're eating gelatinous vegetable protein put into something that approximates meat that's maybe not great. But you can also just eat a salad with, like, normal vegetables.
That is true.
Why did it not save where I was?
Wait, did it not? What do you have in your inventory?
I have up to the PDA demerit.
Oh, shoot. Did you lose some?
You don't have the...
I don't have the
You don't have your mom's flask.
Yeah. Well, I can do that again real quick. Let's see.
That's fine.
I don't remember if there's anything else I'm missing. Because I have the dog demerit. I have the PDA demerit. I don't think I did anything else other than get the flask.
I think there's only 3 demerits you need to get. I was starting to look at a guide or a walkthrough at the end of last stream, because you're kind of just walking back and forth a lot.
What happened? What the heck am I looking at?
Yes.
Alright, she's like, well, I never.
Yeah, we...
Mom,
Can't press escape this.
Oh, Martin!
Is that a flask,
too.
Mom?
Flask?
Right
Look,
click
it's
to skip through.
Oh, you're your father.
Let me...
Congratulations, Rick. You made your mother cry.
Get you flask for the third
This
time.
timeline sucks. Mom and Dad are fighting again. Mom's drinking. It's like everything Doc and I ever did to fix things is falling apart. Time to get some attention. Hey, got a sec, Biff?
Hey, Roo
Sure, Martin.
Hello
What's
to
on your
you.
mind?
So, about all the bad things you used to do.
Gosh, Martin, I really don't like Juicing Plus.
Yeah.
So there's no booze in Hill Valley.
Nope. Sure, someone tries to sneak some in every now and then, but cops like Officer Parker over there always catch them sooner or later.
Let's change the subject.
Thanks. I don't.
See you later, Biff.
Bye, Martin.
Would you care to take a whiff of this here flask I have, Mr. Biff? It contains a fruity concoction of juices and sugars, you know, things that are
My
perfectly
mom's
safe.
flask. It feels a little
Did you
low.
say a fruit
I could get in a
flavored
lot of trouble
concoction?
if I were caught with this.
I mean, if it's a sangria, then it is a fruit flavor
Gotta be a
fusion.
better person to show this to.
Yeah, we gotta show it too.
Just drink directly in front of the officer.
Yes.
Hands up, citizen. Assume the position.
Here goes nothing.
There better be apple juice in this.
Why don't you open it and find out?
Don't get smart with me. I knew you were no good, McFly.
Officer Parker, what seems to be the problem here?
Citizen McFly, ma'am. Came strolling up with a 181B violation in his pocket.
Ugh! You, young citizen, where did you get that booze?
Nowhere?
Is he being smart with me?
Yeah, he played that attitude on me as well.
Could we just fast forward the lecture and just get this over with already? No!
Officer, demerit him severely. And as for the alcohol, drop it into the recycling bin.
With pleasure, ma'am. Now, keep your nose clean, or you'll find yourself in front of Citizen Brown.
I love that it's just like a normal trash can, but in like a concrete enclosure. As if that makes it that it can never go anywhere else.
Hey, Jennifer. Are you still angry with me?
Angry? Nah. The threat of being Citizen Plus was worth it just to see my dad's veins go all purple like that.
Great, because I gotta go.
Geez, Martin, what's gotten into you? Booze, dogs, necking in public? It's like you're a different guy today. A way cooler guy.
I know this is gonna be hard to believe, but I'm the same guy I've always been. It's everyone else who's messed up. And stop calling me Martin. It's Marty.
Well, Marty, what's next on the agenda? Knocking over banks?
Maybe. What's a guy gotta do to get in trouble around here?
I think you're about to find out.
You, citizen.
Get out of here, Jen.
Not a problem.
Are you Martin Seamus McFly?
Yes?
We have a warrant for your detention.
You don't have to run away quite
Attention.
so fast.
You've accrued over 15,000 demerits in the past 24 hours.
Cool.
Is it, young Mr. McFly? Is being branded as a criminal of weak moral character
They actually gonna arrest him?
cool?
I'm not weak.
But you are in a heap of trouble.
Trouble?
Oh my, yes. But don't worry, we're here to take care of you.
Like your Citizen Plus program took care of Biff?
Perhaps. The program is in need of new volunteers.
But we're just going to drop
But
you in the
let's not get
incinerator.
ahead of ourselves. First, let's see what Citizen Brown has to say about your particular strain of antisocial behavior.
You're taking me to Citizen Brown?
Immediately. Officers, away with him.
Yes, ma'am.
It's about time.
It's about
I
time.
always knew you were
Oh,
goody
it's
two-shoes.
'cause it's
A+
a time travel
student act was
story.
too good to be true.
Tick, tick. Time's
Come in,
running
citizen.
out.
Martin McFly, age 18, resident of Sector L, Father George, Mother Lorraine, president of the Junior Brown Brigade, recipient of a full ride scholarship to Strickland College, winner of the Courthouse Challenge to Portland Award, 0 demerits.
Hello.
I got delayed a little bit because I just
The
noticed I
obvious
look at the
question,
window,
Mr.
the snow was
McFly,
buried our truck.
is,
Nice. Damn. Are you gonna be? You guys gonna be okay? You have to shovel it, or?
No, we're fine. It's light snow.
Oh, okay. You guys have the salt and all that.
You gotta believe
Oh,
me,
we
Doug.
just
I only
were
did it to
surprised
get
how
your
much light snow
attention.
it is. We haven't had snow like this
you
for
regard me
years.
as a doctor,
Nice.
indicating awareness that you're suffering from
We got
some variety
nothing
of
over
mental
here. I'm
disorder.
sad.
That's a hopeful sign,
Yeah, we'll
Martin.
shovel some of your weight in.
Of course, I'm not actually a doctor, but I do have the tools to turn you around and put you back on the road to societal normalization. Shall we begin with a few questions to establish a baseline?
Forget questions. You're the one who needs to turn around.
Explain.
This, what you've turned into, it's all wrong. You're supposed to be a scientist, an inventor. You created the flux capacitor, and we went on all these crazy adventures in time, and your hair, you don't look good, Doc.
So you believe this interview is
It's all
really
the
more
hair.
about me than
Got
you?
evil hair.
Yes,
You went through all this trouble just to deliver a message to me in person?
yes,
A cry for help, as it were.
yes, no, wait.
Tell me, Martin, is your mother on the sauce again?
Forget my mother. She's not the issue here.
Don't ever forget your mother, Martin. Your parents are your superiors, and respect for one's superiors is absolutely essential to the Hill Valley Order. I'm surprised your father hasn't set you straight on this point. He's shown himself to be a very obedient and cooperative citizen.
You mean a warped citizen? He's supposed to be a science fiction writer, not a peeping Tom. And you're supposed to invent a time machine.
Time machine?
Yeah, Doc, listen to me. You don't remember it, but you built a time machine out of a DeLorean.
Why?
Well, just for the hell of it, I guess. Plus, the steel frame of the DeLorean dispersal, I don't know. It was important for some reason.
Fascinating.
Yes, it is fascinating. It's amazing. It's incredible. But you don't know it because you've never invented it. You're not the real Doc Brown. You gotta believe me.
And this is because?
Everything got screwed up when I went back in time to 1931.
Sounds like this time machine is a very impractical and dangerous invention.
No,
no.
I mean, yes. What I mean is it's messed up a lot of things, but first, it made a lot of things better. Like my mom and my dad. It was only thanks to your time machine that they ever became successful and happy.
So they're happy.
But they're not, because you summoned me back in time, and somehow your timeline got messed up, and everybody else is along with it.
I see.
No, you don't. Think back. Don't you remember me? We knew each other when you were 18. I'm Sonny Crockett.
Incredible. This case is more serious than I'd imagined. The boy has fabricated an alternate reality.
No, this is the alternate reality. My reality is the real reality.
Calm down, Martin. I'm not blaming you for anything. The failure is ours, not yours. Obviously, there was a drastic flaw in your social conditioning.
Yeah, you don't understand.
No, I don't understand yet, but I want to. I want to get at the root of your problem. Keep talking. Take your time. Look around the room. Perhaps something here will stimulate your memory.
Okay, take a look at this picture of Einstein here.
The dog. Harboring dangerous animals is a municipal offense.
Yeah, they told me, but you harbored this very same animal once, a long time ago. Remember the test run of your rocket car? Einstein landed on the roof of the courthouse.
I do recall something of the sort, but naturally it couldn't have been the same dog.
There wasn't anything natural about it. Einstein's a time traveler too, thanks to your invention.
Time travel dog? That's crazy talk.
Detailed illusion. Keep talking.
Delusions, eh?
I can't tell if it's a guy celebrating a touchdown or chained up in a gulag. Glass half full, Marty. Half full. So that's what Judge Brown looked like. I never actually saw him.
We're still not really seeing him.
He died before you were born. He was my biggest supporter, after my wife, of course.
That's a switch. Last time I saw your younger self, you and your dad had just had a big falling out over your decision to become an inventor instead of a lawyer. Isn't that right?
Bizarre fantasy life. Go on. Proceed.
We just have to be so detailed about what happened in 1931 that he has no choice but to believe us.
For those of you who know, the Doc
clock
Brown's father is
familiar.
actually like a Lanternite Batman villain.
Movie ticket.
You still got the movie ticket.
Indeed I do. A memento of my first date with Edna. I took her to see The Virtuous Husband.
And you never saw Frankenstein. You were supposed to go see Frankenstein that night. It was gonna give you the inspiration you needed to pull off your big demonstration at the Hill Valley Expo.
Inspired by Frankenstein? How whimsical, not to mention historically inaccurate. My darling wife is all the scientific muse I've ever needed. From my successful demonstration of the 31 Expo all the way up to my cutting-edge Citizen Plus program.
Successful? It was supposed to be a failure.
Are you saying we have to fail to be geniuses?
Hey, this is your fish tank.
Happens
Yes,
the best
that
of us.
is my fish tank.
It looks much better without all the bacteria.
What? Edna just had it cleaned.
Yeah, but in 1931 it was full of bacteria that we used to make rocket fuel. Remember?
Of
Stop
course,
trying to
Marty.
confuse me!
You know, the kind of bacteria you feed with like fish
My whole
pellets or whatever.
life has been dedicated to the practical use of technology to shape a more efficient, orderly society. Ask anyone. It's a fact. You can look it up.
But you know better, right? Emmett?
Wrong. Do you see this picture? I keep it close by me to remind me of the moment when my life's course became clear. August 25th, 1931. The day I single-handedly captured Kid Tannen, the scourge of Hill Valley.
Single-handedly?
And not incidentally the day I caught the eye of Edna Strickland, my scientific muse and the love of my life. Take a look. What you see there is a young man who understands his destiny.
That's not what I see.
What do you see?
Keep going.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
That was a little weird.
Look inside yourself, Prince
I
Zuko. What
think
do
it is.
you see?
It's me, and you, the other you.
It is me. And you. But how?
Time machine.
Sonny?
Progress.
It's impossible.
No, it's science. Your science, Doc.
In this other world, the one you say you come from, am I happy there?
Very happy. You've got 2 great sons.
Sons?
Yes, and a fantastic wife.
Not Edna?
Not even remotely. And you're rich. Jeez, Doc, you can go anywhere you want to. Anywhere in time. You're the luckiest guy in the universe.
And what about Hill Valley?
Hill Valley? You know it's got problems. A little bit of urban decay here, a little bit of crime there. It's a normal city. People are happy, mostly. And even when they're miserable, they're not miserable like they are in your Hill Valley.
Stop! There are no miserable people in my Hill Valley.
Give me a break. You don't really
My
believe.
citizens lead lives of order and peace. Nobody worries. Nobody complains.
Only because they were afraid to. Jeez, open your eyes, will you? You and Edna have got them all terrorized.
That's Mrs. Brown to you, Sonny.
Doc.
Kindly address me as Your Honor. We worked for over 50 years, my wife and I. Every waking moment devoted to ridding Hill Valley of vice and disorder. And you dare to claim that our citizens are unhappy?
Yeah, I do. I've seen it. They're just too afraid to speak up.
Afraid? Afraid of what?
Afraid of the consequences of their actions, Doc. You run this place like it's a police state.
Nonsense.
I can prove it.
All right then, time travel boy. You do that. And until you do, I'm going to treat your wild story as just that. A story told by a madman. And I've determined that the best treatment is simply to let the insanity run its course.
So, Marty, how's that Tommy gun
is
feeling?
the interview over? Should I leave?
Please do. I'm very busy. I've got a city to run.
Fine, but I'll be back with proof.
I feel like letting the insanity run its course is literally the worst thing you can do in any situation. That's just gonna lead to escalation until somebody gets hurt.
There are a number of weird decisions the characters make in this game where I'm just kind of like, okay, you're doing this so that we can progress the plot, even though
Doc wants
something else
proof
would
that
make
Hill
sense.
Valley isn't the perfect place he thinks it is.
I'm trying to remember when this game came out after The Walking Dead.
I think...
Pop out the tape, son. I think it's done rewinding.
Whoa, take it easy. Sit here.
Guess I blacked out for a minute there. Fell out of my chair.
Fell nothing. Somebody whacked you.
Whacked me? Impossible. We take great pride in the fact that incidences of physical violence in Hill Valley have fallen to virtually
Who did it? Can you tell me?
This can't be happening.
There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere.
A really obvious clue right there.
Nope, I see a bat on the ground.
Stoker?
And not the Nimbat that
can't I
Chap
press
just
escape
decided
to
to turn
leave?
us into.
Oh.
Dad, That's not one of our bats, is it?
No. McFlys never use aluminum bats. Curious.
That's
wait,
a fact
don't
we've
touch it.
just made
It's
up.
evidence.
Of what? Oh, why would anyone do a thing like that to a nice Sector L citizen like me?
What's the last thing you remember?
I was sitting right here, copying another incriminating scene onto my tapes. My tapes! What happened to my tapes?
Stay calm, Dad.
Are they on the floor? Do you see them? They're in a box marked raw footage.
Greetings, programs. LeBrock 2.0. Anatomical constructs for sciences of all sorts. Boring.
Tapes.
Found my tape yet?
I'm telling you, Dad, it was taken by whoever bashed you with that bat.
No, it's got to be here. Keep searching.
I guess look out in the yard, driveway.
Monitors, Dad. Monitors, Dad.
Why can't I press escape to exit a close-up scene? It's just reflexive at this point. I just keep doing that.
Yeah.
I don't want to annoy whoever's on the other end of that thing.
Attention, citizens! This domicile is in violation of...
Martin, I can't work with all that ruckus.
I don't see anything else around here.
I got a feeling that the rest of the neighborhood's going to have a similar
there's a tape
situation to him.
case.
Here it is. Raw footage.
Thank heavens.
Wait a minute.
You see, I told you were just jumping to conclusions. All these dark suspicions about thieves and attackers when all the time it was just...
empty.
What?
There's no tapes.
But I'm sure they were in there before.
Before whoever it was whacked you in the head and took them.
Oh my gosh, I've been mugged. Mugged in Hill Valley. They can't get away with it. Oh!
Don't worry, Dad. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Who could have done this to me?
Who wouldn't want Doc to get the straight dope on Hill Valley? Edna!
Are you saying I was mugged by the mayor's elderly wife?
Not exactly, no.
Oh, it's no use. The tapes are gone. All I can do is hope against hope they don't surface and land me in trouble.
Come on, Dad. We can't just give up. Let's get out there and start shaking people down. We can make them talk.
And before you know it, the authorities would get involved and we'd both be in trouble. No thanks.
There's gotta be something we could do to get our hands on those tapes.
Well, we can make new ones.
We can?
Sure. It may take a while, but if you're willing to help your old man out, it shouldn't take us more than, say, 6 months.
6 months? But I need those tapes now.
You need the tapes.
What I mean is... I gotta give it to Citizen Brown. I told him I was gonna furnish him with proof that Hill Valley isn't as happy as he thinks it is. When I was in his office, just before I came here.
You had an interview with Citizen Brown?
It wasn't easy to get, believe me. I had to break all kinds of rules.
You've been breaking rules?
Harboring stray dogs, kissing girls in public, getting caught with Mom's flask.
That is the most far-fetched story I've ever heard.
It's true.
You forget I'm your father. I know your history.
Yeah, well, history's changed.
Prove it.
Prove history's changed.
Read 'em and weep.
Demerits, but...
It was the only way.
I don't understand.
Dad, listen to me. I mean, really listen. You and I both know that things aren't right here. Citizen Brown might have started with good intentions, but his Hill Valley's just made everybody miserable.
Shh! You said that to him?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, there go our privileges.
No, wait, I got him to listen, Dad, and he's gonna make things right for you and Mom and all of us. I can't explain how. You're just gonna have to trust me on this.
Okay.
But first I have to show him your tapes to prove my point.
Oh,
You don't know that Doc Brown's gonna change
Yeah,
anything.
scheme
You
of
just
yours. Maybe
you think
know
you
what
have
you're
an
doing,
in
I
it
can't
with
say.
him.
But leave me out of
Dad.
it. I don't like trouble. I can't handle it. It's not in my genes.
But think of your family.
I am. And I don't want to see my family relocated to Sector X with all the other hopeless cases.
It's your civic duty. Doesn't Citizen Brown always tell us
To keep our noses clean, and that's what I plan to do.
do it for your father?
My father?
Yeah, Arthur McFly.
I know his name.
Did he have something to do with putting away Kid Tannen, you know, way back when?
Yes. Yes, he did. Where do you hear about that? It was way back before Citizen Brown cleaned up the town, before I was even born. Everyone lived in terror of Kid Tannen and his goons. But Dad stood up to him. He had evidence of Kid's guilt, see, and he risked his life to deliver it to the authorities. Never be afraid to do the right thing. That's what he always used to tell me.
And what are you doing?
Trying to remember which is the right feed.
Feed to what?
To the surveillance camera, the one in the yard.
Wait a minute. You have a surveillance camera trained on yourself?
Of course, gotta cover all bases. Now help me figure
Marty,
out
you
which
saw that
monitor I'm
earlier.
on.
Don't be so shocked.
That doesn't look right. Hello? Let me get this straight. You captured this whole attack on tape?
Of course! Surveillance is what I do!
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Come on, son. Stop dawdling and help me track down that feed. Try flipping the switches.
I flipped the switch right here.
Hello?
There, that looks like us. So the surveillance tape must be on this VCR. This must be before the attack. Let's see. I remember cleaning the playback heads at 5:30. The attack couldn't have been very long after.
Oh, it's Biff!
But it can't be him. The Citizens Plus program has rendered him as gentle as a kitten.
Boink.
Huh?
They just bonked you. Well,
I can't
So
understand.
the Citizens
It's
Plus
not the
program
way he's
makes
supposed to
them
behave. Why,
sleeper
even the old
agents,
Biff would
Wait,
never.
what's
and
that
then
weird
Edna can just
flashing on
use
his
them as
wrist?
soldiers whenever she
Let's
wants.
find out. I knew this zoom and enhance feature would come in handy someday. Cost me a bundle at the hobby shop.
Biff has an activation
It's his
word,
digital
especially with
watch. I wonder why it's doing that. Hey, wait, stop the picture. Can you zoom in anymore?
That is way
That's
too
11.
detailed for.
You know what that means?
Not yet.
Lorraine.
Don't lay into me, George. I've got something very important to say, and then I'm going to be leaving again.
I've got something important to say, too. I was attacked
It's
and
always
robbed.
about you, isn't it? You can't just wait and listen to my news. Oh, no. You have to go and beat me to the punch.
Pull yourself together.
That's right.
Just leave
You
him.
sort things out. I've got some business to attend to.
I'm more together than I've been in months, George. For your information, I haven't had a drink all day.
I haven't drank in once.
Biff,
Whoa, settle down there, fella.
you beat up my dad.
Do we have a problem here, citizens?
No, officer. Just a little misunderstanding. I'm sure we can work it out. Right, Martin?
Sure.
Okay. Let me know if you need any help, Mr. Tannen.
Now let's see if we can get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, let's. Why'd you hurt my dad, Biff? He never did anything to you in this timeline.
Timeline? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. I saw you on camera.
I can't hurt anybody. Thanks to Citizen Plus, I blow chunks whenever I even think about doing bad stuff. See?
If you didn't beat up my dad, then where have you been for the last couple of hours?
Well, I was...
What?
That's strange. I don't remember.
What's the last thing you remember before your memory loss?
Well, I was handing out flyers for the Citizen Plus program, just like I'd been doing all day. I just finished giving some leftover bologna to a cute little squirrel when Miss Edna came by.
Edna?
Yeah, she wanted to run a diagnostic on my Citizen Plus watch. I must have fallen asleep or something, because when she was done, it was an hour later. And then your mom came by.
So the last thing you remember before my dad got beat up is Edna fiddling with your watch?
Yeah, that does sound pretty bad, doesn't it?
Biff, your watch. Does X11 mean anything to you?
X11? Is that a new band or something? I don't go in for that new hippity-hoppity stuff.
It's not a band, Biff. It's a mode on your Citizen Plus watch.
Weird. I've never seen it look like that. Heck, I can barely get this thing to stop blinking. See?
Is this a 24-hour watch? Yes.
Cool.
Biff Strickland military gun.
Hey, I didn't know you could do that.
I mean, there's not that many buttons on there.
I mean, you're gonna prove that it works like that, but do you want to?
Okay, that's weird.
Don't think we have any other choice.
What's wrong with you?
He's fine.
Did you attack my dad? Now we're getting somewhere. Why'd you attack my dad? You must have been hypnotized. Who put you up to this? Guess that'll have to wait until after I get the tape.
Let's keep questioning when he can't
Where's my
answer
dad's
them.
tape? The recycling bin? Could you do me a favor and go get my dad's tape?
Hey, Mr. Tannen. What's up? Is that McFly kid bothering you? Hey, you can't go in there! Hey!
Whoa! Holy smokes! What happened to him?
I don't know. No one's ever jumped into the recycling bin before.
Well, where does it go?
That information is above my pay grade. Oh, jeez. I'm in a lot of trouble now. Don't move a muscle, McFly. I gotta go tell Citizen Brown about this.
So sad.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. Well, here goes nothing.
Only one way to find out what's in here. Shoot.
Gosh, man. Did I do something wrong?
Did I do something? Mr. Tannen, I put a lot of work into honing you as the first Citizen Plus. What on earth possessed you to assault a police officer and dive headfirst into the recycling bin?
Did I do all that?
Lord, I thought your father was dim.
No, really. I don't remember doing anything like that. The last thing I remember, I was showing that nice McFly kid my watch. Then, blam, I'm down here and you're yelling at me.
McFly? McFly.
Strickland.
McFly!
Oh, hi, Martin.
Give me the tapes, Edna.
Mr. Tannen, please restrain our guest.
Biff, stop! Stop! Oh no. Come on, Biff. Snap out of it. Ah! Come on, Biff. Snap out of it.
Yeah, tell me that over and over.
Biff, knock it off.
Okay.
Biff, aren't those your favorite cigars?
Cubans? Huh?
Tannen, focus. Oof. So much vice and disorder. And to think.
Pinball parts?
Hey, porn.
Look, girly mags.
Boobies. What's going on?
Biff, Howard Tannen, obey your programming. You see, Mr. McFly, thanks to the enhancements I've made to the Citizen Plus program, I can bring even the most rabid of dogs to heel. Oh dear, Mr. Wilson, you have been a naughty boy.
Einstein?
Doggy? Where am I?
Tannen, I didn't go behind my namby-pamby husband's back so you could wallow in your vices.
Ow. Novelties? Biff, whoopee cushions. I never had much of a sense of humor.
I should have known.
Hey, it's Wild Gunman. Not a fan of video games, huh? Biff, isn't that the license plate to your car?
Sheila?
Oh no,
Tannen,
he's evil.
listen to me.
Babes. Booze.
He's like,
What the Mommy?
Oh, okay.
Tannen, get up, you useless slacker.
Come on, Edna, give the poor jerk a break.
A break? You sound like my wishy-washy husband, always trying to find the good in people, never wanting to accept the fact that some people are just born bad.
Maybe, but that doesn't give you the right to turn them into zombies. Now, give me my dad's tapes so I can...
You mean those tapes I erased while you were struggling with my zombie?
What? Come on.
Utopias are fragile things, Mr. McFly, especially when overseen by minds as distractible as my husband's.
No. No.
Edna!
Doc?
Emmett, what are you doing here?
I came down here to investigate a troubling report involving Mr. Tannen.
Doc, you gotta stop her. She...
Silence!
Okay.
I was concerned there might be a flaw in my Citizen Plus program. Imagine my surprise when I found my wife perverting my life's work. Is this what it's all been about, Edna? All those years? All our struggles to cure society's illnesses? Just to create a world where free will can be turned off with a flick of a switch?
Oh, please, Emmett. You wanted this just as much as I did. Remember? If only we could tell someone to stay off the grass, and so help us, they would never tread foot on a well-manicured lawn again. That's what Citizen Plus does. It makes rules unbreakable. I only gave it the slightest of changes.
Enough! We will not have this discussion here.
But...
Go home and wait for me.
Fine.
Doc.
Father, what have I done?
I'm sorry about Edna, Doc. She didn't seem so bad back in 1931.
No, she wasn't. When we were first dating, she was so spirited, principled, compassionate. When did I lose her?
I'm sure he wouldn't blame you for all this, Doc.
He was so happy when I gave up my childish dreams in favor of Edna's more practical pursuits. Are you proud of me now, Father?
Doc, don't be so hard on yourself. This Hill Valley may be a little messed up. Okay, a lot messed up, but you were just trying to help people.
Or was I just entranced by the challenge of transforming the human psyche like so many chemicals? Ah, enough wallowing. What's done is done. It's time to look forward.
Maybe, but maybe not.
What?
Your notebook from the other timeline.
Not this foolishness again.
Look, you can use it to repair the time machine and fix all this so it never happened. Everyone could be back the way they're supposed to be. You, Edna, Jennifer, my parents. Doc, you once told me if you put your mind to it, you could accomplish anything. Well, accomplish this.
There's a lot of empty pages.
The only one you need is right here.
Oh no! Time paradox. No.
Great Scott.
Was it the flux capacitor all along?
You're weird.
Martin, this could work. It'll take time, of course, but once it's done, we'll have all the time in the world. Ha ha!
Doc?
Martin, we must get started at once. Come on!
Can we bring Einie along?
The dog, yes, of course. You know, I used to love dogs before Edna came along.
You don't say.
I'll go ahead and start preparing a lab. Edna will be furious, but who cares? We've got a time machine to fix. Woohoo!
You know, I can't help but,
Don't worry, boy. I'll get you out of here in no time. What is it, Einie?
McFly.
Hey, Biff. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Better than I've been in a long time, you know?
So you remember...
That witch making me do stuff? Yeah, she'll get what's coming to her. No one tells Biff Tannen what to do. No one.
Hey, I'm the guy who snapped you out of it.
Really? Because all I remember is a punk kid who thought it'd be funny to make me jump down a hole.
Ah. I hope I don't run out of rock.
Oh hey, it's the panic
Is
button.
that supposed to scare me or something?
Now, Biff, stay.
Whenever Griffin was like,
Alright.
woohoo! I could picture
McFly.
him trying to do
Oh, crap.
more, but he's like, ah, I can't do that one.
All right, McFly, time to race the music.
Face. It's face the music, you idiot.
Any other direction to go?
Get him, Einie.
That all Einstein's gonna do? Okay.
Back to square one again.
Really, only two places to go here.
Hit him with your guitar.
That doesn't do anything.
It does do a little scene there, though, but I'm not sure if there's anything else you're supposed to do there, though.
I don't see anything else I can click on.
I'm assuming you have to somehow get Tannen over towards that table, and the panic button will, like, knock into him or something.
Yeah, but I don't have anything.
That's no way to treat such a fine guitar.
This is very jank right here.
Yeah, it is. Maybe you throw... Oh, you know what I'm thinking? You throw the discs at Einstein. Play fetch.
I just click records and he just starts throwing them at Biff.
Yeah. Huh.
Literally nothing else here.
Okay.
You know, they had
What
a missed opportunity. They should have just made Biff, like, Marty's ally for once. You know,
Yeah.
turn the trope sideways a little bit, maybe? Just saying. Looking at you, Telltale.
I mean, we still got 2 more episodes, right?
Yeah.
I actually don't know how many episodes this is. It's just the Telltale games are usually 5 episodes.
Yeah, it's 5.
Usually, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I like Telltale, but their stories, they follow a predictable pattern, though.
Get him, Einie!
Alright, click on Einstein right now
I
while
need
you're
to
throwing. There you go.
Although not quite what I was expecting. though.
Now he's over by the table.
Yeah.
Place your bets.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier.
The bonk. The double bonk.
Let's get out of here, Einie. Doc, sorry I took so long. Biff came around and jumped me. I totally laid him out with the old...
Martin McFly.
Edna?
It's almost impressive how many years of work and planning you nearly ruined in just a few short hours.
Where's Doc?
Oh, Doc. My husband is in a better place.
Better place? What have you done to him?
Relax, Martin. We've got everything under control.
No! Doc!
Duh.
Yeah.
Is that like Clockwork? Yeah, they've Clockwork Oranged him.
Here's the real story. I'm a Marty McFly from an alternate timeline.
Edna, why?
Because you're weak, Emmett.
What can I say? She's my muse.
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
It's almost embarrassing how devoted he is to me.
You gotta believe me, Jennifer. This whole town's gone crazy, and Citizen Brown and I are the only ones who can fix it.
There is no future for us.
I don't think we need to sit through the credits. There's no after credits bit.
Like Atron says, so like the police don't seem to care. She just performed a coup on the first citizen. I mean, all they did was they took Marty away. You don't know how necessarily she captured Emmett.
Yeah, I have.
They may not be aware that a coup has taken place. They may think they're just following Edna's orders, as they always did.
Yeah. So it's pretty. I'm pretty sure it's pretty clear Edna lodged them.
You can't do Fat Skunk Friday on Saturday.
Say what?
Tattletale Games.
Telltale.
Back to the furry.
What are you doing?
I see double here. 4 Martys.
Where am I? Citizen Plus? Citizen Plus?
Oh, they finally modeled the inside of the police station.
Yeah, at least there's no zombies.
That's not very relaxing. Doesn't look like it's on. Jen? Hey, Jennifer! I gotta get her attention.
Could knock on the glass or something.
What? Someone's locked up all my stuff. I'll never get that combination on my own.
Come on, it's one of those school locker combinations. Just, like, yank that thing out.
Yeah, I've seen those lockpicking lawyer videos.
Sure, the McFly boy is prepped for his Citizen Plus treatment by the time I finish with my husband.
How is Citizen Brown?
I'm afraid it's worse than we imagined. He's gone completely antisocial.
Darn.
We're using
Worse.
every tool at our disposal to snap him out of it. But I fear that nothing short of a complete personality rebuild will bring our leader back to us.
And it's all McFly's fault.
Unbelievable, isn't it? One teenage hooligan has brought Hill Valley to the brink of ruin. Ah, well. Let me know when he's ready. I'll be tending to Citizen Brown.
I gotta get
There
out
you
of here and
go.
rescue Doc.
She's able to spin the whole thing around her finger.
Hey, let me out!
Martin?
Dad, is that you?
Who else would it be?
Where are you?
Back in the garage. What are you doing in the Citizen Plus ward?
Edna threw me in here.
She can't do that to my son. How can I help?
Could you let me talk to Jennifer?
Jennifer Parker?
Yeah, she's in the room next door.
Let's see, that'd be waiting room beta. Got it.
You're all patched in, son. Jennifer.
Martin, is that you? Where are you?
I'm over here, in the camera.
Oh, Martin, aren't you in enough trouble already?
Trouble? Jen, what are you talking about?
You know, with all the drinking and the PDAs.
Jennifer, what's wrong with you? You sound strange.
I used to be strange, Martin, but thanks to my first Citizen Plus treatment, I'm well on my way to becoming an average, well-adjusted teenager.
Citizen Plus? Oh no, Jen, not you too. Why's your door open?
Now that I'm finished with my Citizen Plus treatment, I'm free to go whenever I want. I'm just waiting for the nice guard to escort me out.
Hey, do you know what time it is?
No.
Adventure time.
Didn't they give you some kind of digital watch
No.
when you were done with all that brainwashing?
The Citizen Plus watch? I won't get one of those for another 5 or 6 treatments.
Rats. How'd you wind up in the Citizen Plus program anyway?
My dad signed me up, and it's a good thing, too. I was completely out of control.
I kinda liked it. Hey, on your way out, do you think you could help me break out of here?
Oh, I couldn't do that, Martin. It's against the rules.
Okay, forget breaking out. Could you at least come visit me? It's kind of lonely in here.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to see each other until you've undergone your first Citizen Plus treatment.
Why not?
Because your gosh danged hormones are out of control, Martin.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Your gosh dang hormones.
Jen, snap out of it. This isn't the real you. I mean, it's kind of like the real you, but not like the real you in this timeline.
Wow, that's...
I know, it sounds crazy.
I'd never call you crazy, Martin. You're just sick. I should know, I used to be sick too. But now, I never want to spray paint a Buick or listen to rock music ever again.
Jen, this whole Citizen Plus thing is a scam. Edna's using it to take control of everyone in Hill Valley, including her husband.
You know, Citizen Edna told me you were having paranoid delusions, but I had no idea.
So, what was your Citizen Plus treatment like anyway?
Well, that's weird. I don't really remember. Must be a side effect of the treatments.
Could you hang around for a few minutes? It's nice to have someone to talk to.
I'll be here until the guard comes for me. Then I'll really have to tell him about how you're hijacking the cameras.
Oh, come on, don't be a narc.
I'm not a narc. I'm a good citizen.
Dad.
How can I help, son?
Not that I'm not happy that you're here, but why are you here?
I'm looking for your mother.
Mom?
After you left, she and I had a big old fight, and, well, she went and signed herself up for a full battery of Citizen Plus treatments.
Didn't you tell her about Biff?
I tried. You know your mother. Once she puts her mind to something, she's a regular force of nature.
I figure that if I can just find her, maybe I can talk her out of this foolishness.
It's nice that you're concerned about Mom, but couldn't you come down here yourself?
Oh, I couldn't do that. I'm probably in enough trouble with the authorities already.
No, I think it's better for everyone if I stay here in my garage with my televisions and cameras.
You got any advice for getting out of here?
Keep working on Jennifer. She may be acting strange, but that girl's crazy about you.
Dad, those Citizen Plus watches are gonna turn everyone in Hill Valley into robots, starting with Citizen Brown.
I always suspected digital watches were evil.
It's not the watches, Dad, it's Edna. She's completely lost it.
Citizen Edna's crazy? Oh, that's not good. Although it would explain a lot.
Know anything about cracking combination locks?
Sorry, son. I'm more of a peeping Tom than a safecracker.
At least he admits it.
Dad, I know this is a lot to accept, but I've got to rescue Citizen Brown so that we can go back in time and stop him from ever marrying Edna in the first place.
You're right, son. That is a lot to accept. So let's forget you ever said it and just concentrate on getting you out of there.
Yeah, maybe that's for the best. Could I talk to Jennifer again?
Sure thing, son.
Jennifer?
What is it, Martin?
Okay, forget breaking out.
I don't treatment.
Why not?
Because you're...
I don't
Don't
have
go
any
yet,
new
Jen.
things to say.
I
to
wouldn't dream of it. It'd be again.
her. Okay.
Doc. Hello?
What?
Why is all my stuff locked in a cage?
In order to ensure that Citizen Plus patients don't injure themselves, their belongings are placed in a locked box until the completion of their Citizen Plus treatment.
Injure themselves?
It's a very intensive process. Some people can't handle it.
Can I take a look at my stuff for a second?
Why?
I want to make sure my guitar neck isn't getting bent.
What?
Come on, man. My parents spent a fortune on that thing.
Fine. Back away from the door, sir. There. How's the guitar?
I guess it's okay.
Good.
I'll never get that combination on my own.
Aren't you paying attention? Actually.
Well, Dad might have been.
Yeah, I was gonna say ask Dad.
Dad,
How can I help, son?
I tried to peek over the guard's shoulder to get the combination, but he's too tall.
Over his shoulder? Hold on.
What?
I may have it on tape.
Zoom, enhance. Zoom, enhance.
Ha! What?
The camera was high enough to see over his shoulder.
Nice work, Dad.
The combination is 2 left, 8 right, 18 left, 32 right.
All right.
Hey, your guitar! I'm sorry I tried to throw it out.
Yeah, the guitar's pretty cool, but this is what I care about.
No fair making your dad all misty, son.
Dad.
How can I help, son?
Could I talk to Jennifer again?
Sure thing, son.
Jennifer?
What is it, Martin?
Don't go yet, Jen.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Well.
It'd be again.
Just, you just plug this in. Do I just have the auxiliary cable? Yep.
Okay, Jen, here's a little something I think you're gonna like. At least, I hope you
Wireless
still do.
auxiliary in?
Martin?
Luckily, I can't hear ya.
I mean, I think that existed in the 80s, but...
Oh, Martin. Martin? What are you doing?
I have to defeat the police state with the power of rock.
Right.
What's going on here?
I have no idea, sir. I was minding my own business when all of a sudden a horrible noise started coming out of that camera.
Well, that's not right.
Yeah, well, neither is this. No one scrambles my brain. You hear me? No one. I'm Jennifer Parker, rock and roller.
Jen?
Oh, yeah, right.
Go! Jen!
No time for small talk, McFly. We need to get you disguised so we can walk out of here. Calvin Klein underwear? Really?
There. How do I look?
Little short for a stormtrooper, but it'll have to do. Come on! Okay, Hotshot, what's next?
Now we rescue Citizen Brown, get the hell out of here, and get things back to the way they're supposed to be.
Whatever, just as long as I get to break some stuff. I've got a
See,
lot
Jonas,
of
you have
pent-up
me like looking
hostility
this
right
up
now.
Miss Parker,
What the?
Go!
I'm here to escort you to the lobby. Your father's waiting for you.
Can he wait? I was hoping that this attractive young man could take me on a tour of the facilities.
I'm afraid I really must insist, miss.
Relax,
It's me looking
Jennifer.
it up.
I've got everything under control.
Really?
Really.
Okay then.
See, I can't find anything that's from the 80s.
Well, I mean, I know they had wireless
What was that for?
mic
For
setups,
saving
but
me,
I don't know about
dummy.
instruments.
Let's go, officer.
You know, I'm probably gonna have to write you up for a PDA violation.
Don't bite me.
What?
Rock and roll. me out of here. Sorry, can't hear you in this thing, but thanks for the duds, though.
Don't worry, Everett. It'll all be over soon.
Don't touch that! I need the caffeine.
Caffeine hasn't been banned? Come on.
Can I have some of that? Feels like I haven't eaten in years.
That's like...
No, that's Tannen's. He's not allowed to eat it until he's taken his pacification pill. We tried to give it to him an hour ago, but he still hasn't swallowed it.
Let me try. I could be pretty persuasive.
No. Do you mind? I'm trying to run a complete personality rebuild on the big man himself here.
And?
And the last thing I need is your stubby little fingers turning Hill Valley's savior into a drooling rutabaga.
Is there a problem over there, citizen?
No problem, ma'am.
Good. Let's get back to it.
Wow, they've really got this door locked up tight. I wonder what sick freak they've got in here.
Is that Biff?
Ah!
Yep.
I should have known.
No improvement, Citizen Edna. Shall I...
Hi, Biff. Looks like your intercom's busted. Just as well. It'd probably be just a bunch of swearing and mixed metaphors anyway. You want out of here, big guy? Guess they don't work. Hey, Biff. Guess who your guard is? Peekaboo.
I guess we don't have to pay one voice actor this episode.
The guard says I'm not supposed to give you any food until you swallow your pill.
Oh.
I almost feel sorry for the poor guy. Almost. Hi, Biff. Come on, Biff, just swallow your pill.
Were you honestly expecting him to do that? Come on.
Oh, you don't know the newspaper under the door trick?
Oh, Biff spit. Biff's sedative is kind of on the large side.
So's Biff.
Hey, is that a public display of affection over there?
What?
Sorry, it was just a shadow.
Stop goofing around and get back to work.
Yes, sir.
Jeez, what have they been feeding Biff? Horse tranquilizers?
Especially considering it's in like a...
Who, me?
I mean, me?
Yes, you. As you can see, that slacker of a technician is sleeping on the job again. Please be a dear and tend to the Citizen Plus control panel, will you?
Sure.
Okay, Doc, I'm in. Now, how do I get you out of here without turning you into a vegetable? Jeez, where's the off button on this thing? Hey, an equalizer. At least, I think it's an equalizer.
Gastrosensory slider, tactile slider, volume slider, optic slider, olfactory slider.
Burger sliders.
What happens when I mess
Olfactory.
with this?
I think I know what that means.
What the?
Looks like the aroma tanks have clogged themselves again.
Oh, thank you. I hadn't noticed that. Come on, make yourself useful. I'm sorry about the delay, dear. This'd go a lot easier if you just gave up this madness about time machines and altering the past. You should concentrate on the future.
There is no future for us.
You won't think that in a few more hours.
And please, think about the consequences of your actions.
Me? You're the one threatened.
Volume. Finally, a word I can understand. Okay, that moved him a few inches. Maybe I can blast him right out the door.
Oh, please.
can't
Please
plug my
let us
guitar
just
into
do
that.
the beginning of the first movie thing.
Where's Martin?
Don't worry.
The optics. I'll just see what everything does.
Optic blast.
Maybe don't torture the poor guy.
Feed him cell images.
Tactile. Oh, sorry.
Probably not that one.
It's not. I don't know if that counts as tactile.
When did I lose control?
Oh, dearest. You never had control. That's why you needed me in the first place.
Any place else on the control panel I can plug it in?
There's no jack. He'll be out for a while.
Anything else around here?
You'll never get away.
Okay. Go to the other control room.
Check. Sibilance. Sibilance.
What was that?
Uh-oh.
Let's get ready to blow this joint.
What was that? You! What are you doing?
Getting my friend out of here, you nutcase. Okay, that was a little less dramatic than I had expected. Whoa! Let's go, Your Honor.
Telltale's high-budget money being used here.
You're welcome.
They'll freeze up
Buddy.
on us out. Okay.
This is how it goes.
Omega 1 priority alert. Potentially disruptive
I will be right back.
non-conformances are loose in the courthouse. Please return to your homes until the situation has been resolved. Have a nice day.
What the heck was Edna doing to you back there?
She was trying to rebuild my personality from the ground up, erasing the parts she didn't like.
Harsh. Hey, it's my mom. Hey.
Don't talk to her. She could give us away.
No offense, Your Honor, but why'd you marry Edna anyway? She's kind of crazy.
Yes, now. But back when we were first dating, her madness was tempered by an ironclad sense of right and wrong. At least, that's how it seemed to me at the time.
Shouldn't we go help?
Once we go back and change history, none of this will ever happen.
I guess. What do we do now?
Now we wait for the guards to clear out so we can make a break for your time machine.
The time machine.
All right, Dad. Where is the DeLorean anyway?
I had the wreck towed to my secret lab near Clayton Ravine.
Clayton Ravine, as in Clara Clayton?
Why is that significant?
Well, Clara's kind of supposed to be your wife, so yeah.
Fascinating.
It's this whole thing.
Mom, Dad, no!
They'll be fine. Once we repair the time stream, none of this will ever have happened.
I guess you're right.
Looks like the coast is clear.
Great, let's go fix the DeLorean.
I'm afraid I'll have to do that without you, Martin.
What? Why?
Well, from what little I understand of time travel, if you help me rebuild the time machine, your presence in the repair efforts could cause some sort of temporal paradox after we return to 1931.
So what am I supposed to do? Just hang out here in Bizarro Hill Valley until you fix the time machine?
Exactly.
Yep.
But don't worry, if things work out according to plan, you won't even notice I'm gone.
You know, for a second there, you sounded almost as confusing as the real Doc.
See? We're making progress already. See you soon, Martin.
Good luck, Your Honor.
It takes him 6 months to rebuild it,
and
and
you
it
might want to
appears
stay off
10
the
seconds
streets for
later.
a few seconds.
Stay off the street. Citizen Brown? Emmett?
Man, say Marty dies is in the wrong recycling bin.
Crime rate falls to new low. Yeah, because it's a police state.
He's not coming back.
This game is from 2010.
What are you talking about?
Emmett, without me to guide him, he's almost useless. Before I found him, he was a miserable failure who never finished anything. But
Yeah, when he was
me to
18.
inspire him, look at what we've built.
Come on, we get raised geniuses when they're 18 and go to college, didn't you know?
Not the only inspiration of Doc's life, you know. In my timeline, he married one of the sweetest women of the 19th century.
Sweetness. Yeah. Emmett needs discipline to stay focused. He's so easily distracted.
I like my distraction.
You think you've inspired Doc? I'll have you know that without you, Emmett Brown is destined to build a time-traveling DeLorean and a flying time train.
Preposterous. Emmett couldn't even build a dog feeder without me to guide him.
Yeah, well, he did that too. Yeah, you've inspired him all right. Inspired him to turn Hill Valley into a bunch of uptight dorks.
I wouldn't expect a delinquent like you to understand.
Okay, Your Honor. Starting to get a little concerned here.
It worked! Ha ha! 1 second I'm in the present, the next I'm 6 months in the past.
Yep.
Amazing.
6 months? It took you 6 months to repair the time machine?
6 months, my family fortune, and a sketchy deal with a gang of
Looks like a
Lincoln
butler.
nationals. But it was all worth it for this moment.
Emmett, don't do this.
Sketchy.
You need help.
Oh, blow it out of your exhaust port, dear. Now that I've escaped into the past, your pack of divorce lawyers can't... Martin, how long have you been waiting for me?
A couple of minutes, maybe?
That's curious. I set the repair time circuits to arrive only a couple of seconds after I left. Oh, well, I'm sure there's no need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration on the time circuits. Here.
What's this?
Clothes for our trip. We can't have you traipsing around 1931 in that ridiculous outfit.
Wait, our trip?
You didn't think I was going to let you erase the worst mistake of my life without my help, did you?
Fine, leave!
Okay.
I run this town!
Goodbye.
Time circuit set for August 26, 1931. You ready to go, Your Honor?
Call me, Doc.
And they were never seen again.
And then the universe collapsed in on itself.
Yay!
This is where I last saw him. You, teenage you. You were headed this way, arm in arm with Edna.
Ugh. Luckily, my erstwhile wife was never the type to kiss on a first date. If we work fast and stay focused, we can see to it that our relationship never moves beyond the hand-holding stage. Well, will you look at that? The old town theater.
What about it?
I haven't thought about this place in years. The missus made me tear it down back in '71. Said the movies were corrupting the younger generation. It was all nonsense, of course. I spent countless evenings here in my youth, and it never turned me into a hoodlum. Say, remember Public Enemy? Why, you dirty rat, no good yellow-bellied stool? I never did manage to see Frankenstein, though.
That's what we're here for. We've got to get young you to see Frankenstein.
Right, of course. The film that was supposed to set off a chain reaction in my imagination, inspiring with a notion that would launch my scientific career.
You've still got no memory of what that notion was?
Well, how could I?
Situational awareness, Doc.
A different Emmett Brown. An Emmett Brown now erased by the shifting sands of time. Luckily for us, I do know something about my own
Why doesn't
brain.
this happen
Having
every
lived in
time
it
they
for the
revise
past 70
history?
plus years, once we get my younger self re-inspired by that movie, nothing will distract him from his proper... Great Scott, will you look at that?
The town square?
It's just like I remember it, only dirtier. Oh, the old courthouse.
Come on now, Doc, you need to go inside and check it out. First rule of time travel, Doc, never allow your other self to catch sight of you. It could cause reality to collapse or something.
You mean?
Right behind you. Don't peek. Go on. I'll let you know when you're gone. And don't forget your Carl Sagan.
The billions and billions guy?
The suspected arsonist.
Huh?
Just go with it.
There were billions
Sonny,
of stars
you
and
do
billions
show up
of
at the oddest
worlds.
moments. Where have you been hiding?
And billions of dollars worth of damage.
A mental reconditioning facility at SW created in 1986.
Oh, you know, here and there, you're a little hard to pin down yourself. I went looking for you last night, but...
I believe I was off entertaining a beautiful lady. You know, I never really got a chance to thank you.
Well, I'm sure you would have escaped Kid on your own.
Kid? Oh, sure, I'm grateful for that, but no, I'm talking about Edna. It's funny to think of now, but until that crisis, I actually thought Edna and I disliked one another. Imagine!
Yeah, well, sometimes first impressions are right. The thing is, you shouldn't let Edna distract you from, you know, the business at hand. Finishing your project for the expo and going to see Frankenstein.
Oh, pshaw. I'm far too busy for movies these days.
But,
And as for my project, it's practically done.
The rocket car?
The rocket car? Boy, are you out of date. I've junked the rocket car.
But...
more trouble than it's worth. I'll never figure out a propulsion system that does what I want it to do. And besides, its social utility is practically non-existent.
Social utility? Since when do you care about...
The mental alignment meter is a much more worthy project.
The what?
It was Edna's idea, and she's really been cracking the whip to get me to complete it in time for the expo.
Emmett, I'm a little confused here.
Edna.
What day is it?
Why, it's opening day. The opening day of the expo. Which reminds me, I'd better skedaddle back to the lab. If Edna catches me dawdling, there'll be heck to pay. Catch you around, Crockett.
October 12th. Doc?
Yeah, a couple minutes, MBD. They're about a month and a half off.
Uh-oh.
That's no good.
Come to think of it, it is a bit brisk for August.
Oh, we're 2 months late. The expo's about to start and Teenage You is already in over his head with Edna.
I always did have a tendency to plunge into things.
Let's plunge into the DeLorean and get to the right date.
No, it's far too risky. Remember how I was late picking you up in '86?
Yeah?
That should have been a tip-off. Something is horribly wrong with the time circuits, and the problem appears to be getting worse. If we try to jump now, we could find ourselves stranded in the Cenozoic age. Oh, worse, the Mesozoic.
We're stuck?
For the time being. I'll look into the problem and see what I can do. In the meantime, you can go to work on the other problem.
Right. I'll go to the lab and see if I can talk Teenage You out of...
Impossible. If young me is already as infatuated as you say, you're not going to be able to talk him out of anything. Believe me, I remember. Better to focus on the more clear-headed half of the couple.
Edna, where can I find her?
Where do you think? I'll drive. The DeLorean should still function adequately as a means of conveyance in the first 3 dimensions.
If you're gonna go to the Mesozoic age, the best thing would be to end up on the west coast of Africa and watch that meteor descend over the western horizon.
You were right. There she is.
My soon-to-be ex-future wife is nothing if unpredictable.
Do I really have to talk to her? I mean, couldn't I just hang out until you fix the time circuits and...
Oh, that's not gonna
I'll
happen
talk to
anytime soon.
You better get the DeLorean out of sight before someone...
Hey, you! Quit blocking the drive! All Car of the Future contestants need to report to the North Tent.
Why not? Good luck!
What? Why not? Why not? I can think of a million reasons why not.
Why not? Shrek?
It's a perfectly good place to hide it. Hill Valley of the Past.
I already have an estimation of how episode 5 is going to go, is that they're going to invent the DeLorean in 1931. Oh, and also the time machine is going to be mass-produced in 1940.
Hey, Artie.
Officer!
Officer?
Right. Don't blow your cover.
Will you please keep your mind on the task at hand?
Can't talk right now.
Spell it B-R-O-W-N. It's not exactly an obscure name.
I still don't see it on the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, for the love... Let me try this one more time. This is the Hill Valley Science Expo, right?
First annual.
Indeed. The purpose of our fair is to showcase cutting-edge technology.
That's right. And to burnish Hill Valley's reputation as a forward-thinking community.
And yet, you want to exclude the maker of the most revolutionary breakthrough of all.
It's not that I want to, but... Oh, dear.
Mr. Crockett! You do pop up at the oddest times. What are you doing here?
I need to...
Whatever it is, I hope you don't have to deal with Mr. Stonewall here.
Of course.
His sole function seems to be preventing people from accomplishing their business. Honestly, with him keeping the books, it's a wonder the Tannen gang got as far as they did. Have you seen Emmett?
No.
Oh, then you've heard all about his big breakthrough, the mental alignment meter.
You're not going to get to
Isn't
say
it
anything, are
exciting?
you?
And to think he didn't even realize the import of his discovery until I pointed it out to him. I've never known anyone like him, so oblivious to his own potential.
I kind of wanted to talk to you about Emmett and his potential.
Funny, I didn't spot it myself at first. In fact, for the longest time, I thought I didn't even like him.
Yeah. Well, you know, those gut instincts are important. If you disliked him right off the bat.
Oh, but I didn't know him then. Now I know him inside and out.
Yeah, but...
I appreciate your concerns, Mr. Crockett, but I can take care of myself. I know what I'm looking for in a man, and it so happens Emmett fits the bill to a T. That's Emmett Brown. Rhymes with clown, which I'm beginning to think you are.
Just a simple mix-up, I'm sure.
I've no doubt of that.
Who's this fellow?
Hey, excuse me.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not
open?
till tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds! You got official business here?
Yeah.
Well, stay out of the way of the workers.
The workers?
The workers?
You look familiar.
They're working on a
Do
job.
I know you.
Nope.
You mess with the expo, you mess with the mob.
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not
open?
till tonight. Anybody...
It's just me, there's everybody talking over Marty.
It's not as nice as my truck back in '86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in '86. Come see the cars of the future. Brought to you by Statler DeSoto. I'm not sure if I've learned everything I can from Edna.
Well?
I talked to her.
And?
She says she knows what she's looking for, and it's you.
But it can't be me. Wasn't me. Marty, we don't belong together.
You don't have to tell me that.
Find out exactly what her requirements are. I can almost guarantee you that I don't fit them.
You said that Emmett fits your bill of requirements for a man.
Yes?
What would that list be exactly?
You'd make a good reporter, Mr. Crockett. You know that? Well, his physical appearance, for one thing. Emmett may not be Clark Gable, but he cleans up surprisingly well. I gave him my grandfather's white suit to wear at the expo. Oh, you should see him in it. He looks positively radiant.
Looks good in a suit. Got it.
And he's completely devoted to me. That's important. I've got no time or tolerance for playboys.
Faithful as a Labrador. Check.
Thirdly, and most important...
Yes?
Well, his mind, of course. It's brilliant, and it's virtuous through and through. His own mind map shows him to be a model citizen.
Good brain, I see. And if it turned out that you were mistaken about any of these qualities...
Say, what's your game?
Just curious, just trying to understand the female mind.
Well, understand this. I'm not some faint-hearted girl who'd run away at the first hint of trouble. I've made a big investment in Emmett. Not money, but I've sunk all my ambitions into him. I'd have to be thoroughly disillusioned before I'd call it quits with Emmett. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Now, Mr. Cub Reporter, is there anything else?
Thanks for giving us the list of objectives for this section.
Yes. This is not a video game.
Mental
This is a
alignment
movie.
meter of Emmett's.
Oh, it's an
It's an
absolutely
experience.
revolutionary invention. Measures a person's affinities, what he's attracted to, what he's repulsed by, that sort of thing.
Interesting. And it really works?
Well, of course. What's the point of inventing something that doesn't work? Or anyway, it works well enough for my purposes.
Rather hard for me to picture Emmett as a chick magnet.
Chick magnet?
A guy who gets the girls, motors running.
Motors?
Who makes them, you know.
You mean a chic?
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter
Sure.
of taste, I suppose, but when he's properly pomaded and decked out in my grandfather's white suit, Emmett just glows. Makes my heart flutter a bit just to picture him.
You say you know Emmett is a model citizen, but you don't know him as well as I do. Did you know he once cheated some Libyans out of plutonium?
Plutonium? What would Libyans want with plutonium? I'm sure he had a very good reason. Emmett's mind map demonstrates conclusively his brain is oriented toward virtue.
In this time period?
Hmm?
No, I think I'm just...
This
He's
one
in,
time, to
36
power one of
right
his
now?
sthere experiments, Emmett hijacked a train.
Yeah,
Please, there hasn't been a train hijacking in Hill Valley since the days of Mad Dog Tannen.
1931.
Yeah.
Yeah, plutonium wasn't discovered until 1940. This is historically inaccurate.
Oh no.
Emmett's done a lot of shady things in his time. My vice principal warned me to stay away from him.
Your vice principal sounds like a dolt.
Wow.
So you say Emmett only has eyes for you?
Absolutely. It's almost embarrassing how devoted he is to me.
Well, it's good to hear he's finally settling down.
Yes. Settling down?
You know, ready to stop playing the field, as it were.
Playing the... Oh, you're joking.
But I can't help feeling sorry for him.
Who?
All of Emmett's other girls, now that he's with you.
Please, I think I know Emmett by now. There are no other girls.
I wonder what's gonna happen to Emmett's little black book.
Little black book?
Oh, it's legendary. That's what enabled Emmett to become the, Valentino of Hill Valley High. Gee, I wonder if he'd let me have it.
You must think I'm pretty gullible, Mr. Crockett.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then.
You're gonna have to go get Biff's, booty book, aren't you?
Hey, Artie. You seen my Oriole?
You mean this?
Yeah, thanks.
She gets to come and go freely, and I'm forced to wait. I love it.
My fingers are in the wrong position. There we go.
Jules says plutonium doesn't exist yet.
Hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome.
It's not quite right. Plutonium does exist in nature. It's just extremely rare.
To all who... Oh, hiya, kid. Say, aren't you the fellow who...
Got you to turn on Kid Tannen? You bet.
You look younger without your mustache. That was a dirty trick, you know, making me think Kid had gone and iced Artie.
I'm sorry, but it was the only way I could...
Ah, forget about it. I'm trying to. Yesterday's in the past. That's my motto. You gotta live for today.
Right.
So what are you doing down here anyway? Do you wish to pull the levers that control the future? At the expo, silly. Technology for a better tomorrow, and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually why I'm here. So, who are you supposed to be?
Don't you know your Homer? I am Techni Muse of Progress. You can tell by the lightning bolts.
Must have slept through that class.
I'm supposed to be a goddess-like. I'm the one who inspires all the great men who make the discoveries. And women, too.
Oh, you mean one of
Leave us
them,
not
no.
forget Madame Curie.
I never would. So, you work for the expo?
Yeah, ain't it a kick? I greet all the important guests, and on the final day, I get to bestow the golden sundial on the winning contestant.
Techni, Muse of Progress. Not a bad gig.
Artie got it for me. It's my entree into respectability.
Listen, I've got a proposal for you. I have this friend, right?
No dice. I'm only seeing Artie now.
It's not like that. See, my friend's in a relationship with Edna Strickland.
Oh, poor schmuck. I wouldn't wish her on anyone.
Then you see where I'm coming from. He won't listen to reason, but I thought she might call it off if she thought he and you were, you know.
Ah, you are an evil imp, ain't ya?
Sometimes a guy's got to resort to underhanded tricks. What do you say?
Sorry.
Oh,
Edna might be a pill, but if I play dirty tricks on every dame who disapproves of me, well, I'd play a lot of dirty tricks. Besides, such stunts are beneath the dignity of Techne, Muse of Progress.
So this
so
progress,
Artie's working for the expo too, huh?
Oh, Artie's doing swell.
So Batman logic.
The papers made a big deal of him testifying against Kid. People have been beating down his door ever since the trial. The expo's darn lucky they could get him.
What's Artie's job?
Oh, he's a real high muckety-muck at the expo. He's in charge of all the money, and the hiring and firing.
Hey, not bad.
You're telling me, and super respectable, too. It's a real relief for him to have a job where the boss never pulls a gun on him.
It's good to see that you and Artie are both doing okay.
We're more than okay. And if things keep going the way they're going, we may be more than just friends before you know it.
Well, don't get too serious too fast.
Nah, we're keeping things casual, for now.
Good. I'm sure Grandma will appreciate that. How's Kid's trial going?
Slowly. You know what they say. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but infinitely fine.
Except in Hill Valley, where they don't move at all.
What?
Nothing. It's just, something I heard once. So no regrets about turning him in?
None at all. I should have known better than to take up with him in the first place. But what can I say? I was dumb. I let myself get taken in by his charm.
Charm? Whose idea was it to put a science and technology expo in Hill Valley?
Beats me. Audie says it's all bred in circuses. But I ain't seen a single clown yet today.
Look, my friend Emmett really needs help.
The one who's going out with Edna Strickland? You're darn right he needs help.
I'm not asking you to actually seduce him. Just make her think that you two have a thing going. It'll drive her crazy.
I guess it would.
So...
I wouldn't do that to another girl unless I was good and mad at her. And besides, it might tarnish my image as a muse.
No, you don't say.
See you, Trixie.
From this chamber of wonders, we bid you a fond adieu.
Ah, good. You're back. Give me the full report.
She says she likes you because you've got a virtuous mind, you look good in a suit, and you're completely faithful to her.
Damn, she's got me dead to rights. Well, you'll just have to find a way to change her mind. I'll be here if you need any help. Do you need any help?
Have you figured out what's wrong with the time circuits?
Not sure. Possibly. It seems to me to be a simple wiring issue, but I'm double-checking to make sure. All the basic equipment appears to be functional.
Any chance I could borrow the DeLorean? I want to drop in on young you at the lab.
Well, I don't know. The time circuits...
Listen, I promise I won't take it to 88.
Even so, I'm worried about letting it out of my sight while it's still behaving unpredictably. Tell you what, I'll take it on a test drive 1 minute into the past. If it passes the test, I'll let you borrow it.
And he disappears for the rest of the chapter.
For the final chapter.
It worked. Didn't it?
I'm afraid not. In fact, the discrepancy appears to be getting worse. I arrived 6 hours ago.
Oh, too bad.
I didn't want to risk undoing any of the work you've done thus far, so I kept out of sight. But the time lag wasn't entirely a waste. I stopped by the hardware store and bought the parts for a chronometric analyzer.
A what?
A diagnostic device.
Hardware store.
See, I plug it into the time circuits and set them to cycle. When the green light goes off, I should have the data I'll need to understand the scope of the problem.
Hey, no driving the exhibits off the lot!
Looks like you'll have to find another set of wheels if you want to get to the lab.
Something I miss and I appreciate they had the movies back. They implied that hardware stores had all the parts you need.
I mean, I'm sure it's the same thing as Data building his, like, 1,000-year communicator device in, 1840 San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Shop smart. Shop S
Any
smart.
idea what your teenage self is doing right now?
Unless I miss my guess, he's in the garage frantically working on his latest invention and cursing because he can't quite get it to work. Damn!
It's like the difference between a regular piece of wire and a cell phone is really just technique.
Gotta have style.
It's not any
Suggested a
new
little scheme to
materials you
Trixie,
need
but
to
I don't know if
make
she's gonna
that
go
jump.
along with it.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
Maybe the piezoelectric effects, so you need some kind of crystal, but like...
I mean, you'd have a hard time building a cell phone without, like, integrated circuitry, right? I mean, microchips and whatnot.
I mean, if you wanted to do all the things that a cell phone can do, but like, if you can build a simple circuit that just repeats SOS, I'm pretty sure whoever you're sending that at is going to get the message, or is going to understand the intent.
Dad never told me about a Hill Valley Expo.
It was Mayor Thomas's idea. He had visions of Hill Valley becoming a magnet for big investors in the technology sector. But the venture folded after the third year when the
cell phone
influenza
looked like it
exhibit
was made
leaked
with
into the
vacuum
concession
tubes.
stand.
Oh.
But that's a telegraph machine.
Well,
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Bear says, I'm sure that if you know what you're doing inside and out, you can manufacture the tools you need to construct the tools you need to fix it. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the idea of shows like Dr. Stone, right? Is you just go straight from raw materials from the earth into, medieval society, basically.
God.
Oh, they're opening these up. Okay.
Or even more advanced than that. Didn't they do like
Hill Valley, circa 1981.
acid battery jars in that show? They did like Egyptian batteries.
I don't think I visited that timeline yet.
Well, I don't know if they... I don't know if it was proven that those things were batteries,
Agricultural
but they had all
advances will make it a breeze to feed our burgeoning population. Tired of waiting for Mother Nature to do her job? Just press a button. Presto! An artificial rainstorm drenches the valley's thirsty crops.
Now we're getting into follow
The
territory
century
here, guys.
looks bright for our fair metropolis. Jump with us 50 years into the future for a peek at Hill Valley circa 1981. Courtesy of Hal's Hardware and the collective imagination of mankind. Could this be our venerable town square? Yes, indeed. Though the form looks strange and new, the function remains the same as ever. But where are all the people? Why, they're underground. A network of burrows extends a mile into the earth, giving future Hill Valley's 10 million citizens plenty of space to work, play, and raise their families.
Alright, which one of you guys played father?
Of course, our residents will want to venture forth into the fresh air occasionally. And what better excursion than a pleasure ride in this elevated super train of tomorrow?
Shut up, Muskrat. We're not building your goddamn train.
After the rain, what else? An artificial rainbow, reassuring all the good people of Hill Valley that their needs are taken care of, and life is sweet. Pleasant dreams, Hill Valley. And the Expo would like to remind you that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality at Hal's Hardware. Hal's Hardware, serving our fair city since 1895. Agricultural advances will make it a breeze to feed our burgeoning population. Tired of waiting for Mother Nature to do her job?
Sweet.
Just press a button. Presto! An artificial rainstorm drenches the valley's thirsty crops.
Come see the cars of the future. Brought to you by Statler DeSoto.
Okay, those things are awfully loud. What, monorails?
If you squint, it almost kind of looks like a big diamond.
I don't know about monorails being loud, but Dallas has a pretty good light rail system, and it's fairly quiet. No louder than a normal car.
Yeah, Seattle's got one that's pretty quiet. Well, not very quiet, but not too loud.
Noted car of the future, DeSoto. Hey, at least it wasn't the Pimento. Was it no Pinto?
Oh,
what was the Ford one that exploded?
Yeah,
I like the Pimento better.
The Pimento. That is like the Greek version of the Ford Pinto.
Tonight, anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds.
You just run there.
No.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm having trouble finding another set of wheels.
All right, yeah,
sure
this
I
one
can't?
Not till I finish running these tests. Perhaps an electric commuter train.
This is 1931, remember?
Oh, right. Well, I'm sure you'll find something.
Look, somebody's got a horse. There's a horse somewhere.
Which one of you guys is horsing around?
I wonder if that has a massage setting. I wish the courthouse did look like that in 1981.
My future wouldn't be built so shoddily.
Hi, Miss Strickland. I was just...
Break what you like, Mr. Crockett. It's no skin off my nose. Just keep away from Emmett's booth. Speaking of whom, I better go see what's keeping him.
I'll go check on him for you. I was just heading there anyway.
No, you weren't. The last thing he needs is another distraction at the 11th hour.
But...
Tut-tut. Not another word. I've got the rest of the day all mapped out.
Miss Strickland!
I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Heavens, you shaved off your hair, but... Carl Sagan?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I'm not sure it would be seemly for me to be seen in the company of an alleged arsonist.
I think it may be in your best interest. You see, I know what you're up to.
Let's go somewhere where we can talk privately.
Go. I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Well, we got our vehicle.
The underside of this future train model looks familiar. I wonder if it can ollie.
Good boy.
You do it with the track.
I'm not sure what good a train would do there.
You tail behind it. Did we do this in the movies? You grab onto the back bumper of the car?
Sweet, there we go.
Hang on, Emmett. Hope you're ready for a big breakup.
Yeah, there we go.
Emmett?
Thanks again for your assistance, Detective Parker.
Detective? What the hell is Kid doing here?
Nothing criminal, I assure you. I was just getting a mind map of Mr. Tannen for our exhibition at the expo. The authorities wouldn't allow Edna and I to stage a demonstration of the mental alignment meter with a violent felon, but this little baby is just as good. Okay, let's see now what's next. Check the stew, sort the maps. Ooh, I almost forgot that.
Edna really is cracking the whip, isn't she?
Well, yes, but she's got my best interests at heart. Without her, I can get so distracted. Did she send you down here to check up on me?
Yeah, she wanted to come herself, but...
She's busy too, I know. Well, you're a poor substitute for Edna's lovely features, but make yourself at home.
Thanks.
No thanks are necessary. Without you, I'd never be where I am now, in love with the woman of my dreams, and a mere 6 hours from my first public triumph as a scientist. Wait a minute. 6 hours? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm running out of time!
Hey, Emmett, I've got to go out
What?
for a while.
I did not click there.
I thought Edna said...
Oh, you'll be fine.
I did not click on that. Come on.
Come on. Come on, game. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Go home, game. You're drunk.
Valley of the Past thing is open. Let's see.
That volcano looks a lot like the one I did for my 7th grade science fair. Furs donated by Lamont's House of Ermine. At least they're going to a good cause. They're stuck tight in this tar. Press button to experience Hill Valley's primeval past. Okay, if this dinosaur is called a Tanninosaurus, I'm gonna... Oh, whew.
Times may be hard in Hill Valley, but our present worries fade into insignificance when we ponder our Pleistocene past. Is the wolf knocking at your door? Be glad he's not a Tyrannosaurus, king of the ancient lizards. And if you find yourself drowning in debt, well, you could be drowning in something a whole lot stickier, like the Hill Valley tar pits. This peek into the distant past is brought to you by Lamont's House of Ermine, reminding you fur is forever.
Maybe when Real Doc comes back, we'll take a trip to see a dinosaur.
No comment on that one, eh, guys?
If this were a real diamond, I could use it to cut that in two. But it's not.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, not a Diamante.
How's it hanging, Emmett?
No time for small talk. I've got machines to tune and mind maps to sort.
How does the mental alignment thing work?
Here, I'll show you.
Hey!
The test subject wears this mind mapping helmet, which probes the brain by measuring fluctuations in skin conductance and electrical resistance on the surface of the parietal lobe.
Uh-huh.
When I turn on the mind mapping helmet with this radio switch, the subject is exposed to a series of visual stimuli, intended to provoke a series of positive or negative responses, as indicated by these lights on the helmet.
Hey, is that...
As the responses are recorded, they're relayed to this special typewriter, which prints out a punch card that represents the subject's mind map.
I like the way he explains that.
All I see is a bunch of holes.
Well, to you, maybe. But to our mental alignment meter, this mind map is nothing less than a peek into your subconscious. Observe as I place your mind map into the MAM.
Layabout. Is that machine calling me a slacker?
No, your own physiological responses did.
Are you calling me a slacker,
Mind map
game?
cards from the dozens of subjects I've tested during the last few weeks. I've got to get them sorted before the expo begins.
Why?
Edna's got this grand scheme to catalog all of Hill Valley citizens by their mental alignment. Isn't that cute?
Not really. How goes the bacteria farm?
Not so hot. The bacteria have kind of gotten out of control. I had to put a clamp on the nitrogen tube to keep the stench from flooding the lab.
And keep that in mind.
What's this?
That's a can of used motor oil, rocket fuel waste, and assorted chemical sludge left over from my abandoned rocket car.
Gross.
Accounting doesn't enter into it, but it is disgusting. Would you mind disposing of it on your way out?
Sure. Hey, Emmett, what's cooking?
That's an old Brown family recipe for Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer?
Rabbit stew. The trick is to add the cumin an hour after the carrots. Take a whiff. Isn't that just about the best thing you've ever smelled in your life?
It's, powerful, yeah.
I've got it on a slow boil for later.
I Don't Care by Trixie Trotter?
Edna doesn't approve of that sort of music, but I find it very soothing. Oh.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care. You see, I'm sort of...
Okay, so we have the rabbit stew is a good smell. That recording is a good sound. I'm gonna guess that bacteria is a bad smell.
I'd be careful of that if I were you.
Why?
The rocket fuel experiment must have stripped one of the teeth in the hand crank. As a consequence, if you turn it for more than 10 seconds, it... Ow! Turns out an electric shock.
Okay, and that's a negative... What did they call it last chapter? Tactile?
Yeah.
When he got shocked?
Phew.
Ugh. Did the clamp fall off again?
Yeah.
Put it back on. Well, I don't even know why I keep that bacteria tank around. Every time the clamp falls off the nitrogen tube, it takes a couple of minutes before I can get the stench out of the air. Whew.
Red light.
Hey, could we watch Frankenstein on this?
Sorry, Sonny, but I need this projector to trigger positive and negative visual stimuli for my mental alignment tests. Besides, a movie like Frankenstein should really be watched on a big screen, don't you think?
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one. The mind of a degenerate criminal.
This kid Tannen's mind map, as captured by our mind map helmet.
You could tell he's a criminal just by looking at this?
No, but when it's fed into the mental alignment meter...
Weird.
Weird nothing. It's science.
Weird science.
The best kind.
Science.
For science!
Mind if I...
Go ahead.
Man, I try very hard to remember that weird science thing. I gotta watch it again.
Ah, that'd be Mr. Needleman's card. I'll just put this in the stack with the other hooligans.
What's this?
It's the placard we'll be putting in front of our booth at the expo.
The scientist that caught Kid Tannen?
A small exaggeration, but Edna says it'll attract investors. What do you think of the picture?
You look a little... constipated.
What? Edna said I looked intense.
Yeah, intensely focused on taking it.
I get the picture. I'll have to find a better one. Unfortunately, there's a lot to choose from.
Heavy.
Extremely. Mother has been rather obsessive about photographically cataloging my life.
Hey, Emmett, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't I take your photo album over to Edna so she can pick out your new picture?
That's a great idea. She's got a better eye for these things than I do anyway. Thanks, pal.
Don't mention it.
Time to go behind a wall, pick a picture, and then come
It
back
says
out
this
and be like,
album has
"Yeah,
pictures of
but
him all the way back to when he was a baby.
I had to pick this one out, definitely."
Slide advancer.
Nothing happened.
Well, that button advances the slides during the mind mapping test. It only works while the test is running.
So this machine takes those little cards and tells you whether or not someone's a good guy or bad guy?
Kind of. Actually, the helmet does all the work. The mental alignment meter is just a glorified arcade machine.
So why not just go with the cards?
Edna says that people respond well to flashing lights and snap judgments. I can't argue with that. Every time I kiss her, I see flashing lights and lose all sense of judgment.
No kidding.
Oh!
What's this typewriter do again?
During a mental alignment test, it takes messages from the mind map helmet and turns them into punch cards, like the one for Mr. Tannen over there.
Seems complicated.
Actually, it was all rather easy to put together, once Edna gave me the idea.
Sounds to me like you should be working on harder problems then.
What? Sorry, I've got to get back to work.
Anything else around here?
Can I talk to you a minute, Miss Strickland?
Surely. Excuse us a moment.
It's like this. I found out about Trixie Trotter.
Yes?
Apparently they made her some sort of queen of the festival. Techne, the muse of progress.
They didn't. Well, they said this expo would give Hill Valley a reputation. I didn't realize this is what they meant.
What have you got against Trixie?
It's the idea of it. Allowing our city to be represented by a woman like that. I won't stand for it. As a socially conscious citizen, I demand you discharge that muse.
Trixie? What's wrong with her?
Oh, she's hardly qualified for an honorific post at a public event.
Look, lady, she fits the costume. She's an American citizen, and she managed to memorize all her lines. What more qualifications do you want?
Oh, these people are impossible.
Why do you want to get Trixie fired?
One simply can't allow women like that to attain positions of respect in society. It creates a very bad precedent for the future.
Does it?
But try telling it to this poor sap. She's got him completely steamrolled. That's how they operate.
Is it?
Still, I could get her discharged if I had the goods on her. No doubt a woman like that has left a trail of scandal, and I'd find it if I were still a reporter. But I haven't got time to do the legwork now. I'm too busy with Emmett and his invention.
So you wouldn't hesitate to get Trixie fired from her job?
If I had the goods on her. She's obviously got her employer completely bamboozled. Snap him out of his
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then.
Superstition, eh? Oh, jeez, we're almost midnight. Wow.
Indeed.
I probably shouldn't show Emmett's baby pictures around to
for
complete
raid
strangers.
suggestions.
Hey, Doc. Mr. Sagan.
Excuse me a moment, Miss Strickland.
Excuse
I've got
us.
her neutralized for the moment. How's the plan proceeding on your end?
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, what am I supposed to look for again?
A signal that it's done evaluating the time circuits. The analysis can take a while. Be sure let me know
Exactly,
when the light turns
secret
green,
projection.
and I'll take her out for another test run.
It's about Edna.
Don't worry, she's not going anywhere right now.
That's good, but... What are you two talking about anyway?
It's a private matter. I promised I'd keep it between us, for the present.
She isn't starting to get under your skin, is she?
Heavens, no. The memory of her older self wheeling me into the reconditioning chamber is just too strong. The younger version is decidedly more attractive, though.
Have you found out anything that can help me?
Only that she's stubborn, argumentative, and completely convinced of her own moral superiority.
Great, thanks, Doc. That really helps. On another subject...
Less distasteful, I hope.
I suggested a little scheme to Trixie, but I don't know if she's going to go along with it.
Pursue whatever strategies you like.
Sigh.
Is it true that you only had eyes for Edna?
At that time, I'm afraid so. I always tended to idealize the opposite sex. I was educated in a boys' school, and Jules Verne was always a little sketchy with female characters.
We haven't got time for a therapy session, Doc. Edna made a point of saying that teenage you looked great in her grandfather's suit.
I did cut a fine figure in that suit. She hated it when I got it dirty.
Maybe I could talk teenage you into losing the suit.
I doubt it. I knew how much that suit meant to Edna, and at that time, my only desire was to please her.
Was Edna right when she said you had a virtuous brain?
I do indeed. No criminal tendencies whatsoever. Solid citizen through and through. That's how I was able to go so far in politics.
Yeah, I'm starting to miss Kid Tannen. I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No, don't. After all, it's my history we're talking about. If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
Can't let my resolve weaken. I can't be corrupted.
Doc said to tell him when the light on his diagnostic thingy went green. Nope, no green light yet.
All right.
To be continued.
I can't wait to see what Trixie is gonna do next time.
Well,
Next time, next space, maybe we'll see you in the future.
You mean the past?
Past
No,
the
I mean back in the future.
Jonas can't raid that person.
What? Oh, darn. Hold on. Let me, give me a minute. How about, okay, here, hold on. Okay, well, Miller beat me to the punch. There, that's fine. All right. We're in the Canadian Dragon. Give them all the best, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah. Have a good
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
Hope you
Bye,
enjoyed the
everyone.
stream. Good night.